Welcome to the Hollywood Secrets Information. In this video, we are diving into the compelling journeys of remarkable trans women. These powerful individuals were born male and transitioned to female, becoming trailblazers in Hollywood, activism, and media. Each of them has faced immense challenges and overcome social stigma to stand tall as pioneers for transgender visibility. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring and powerful stories from behind the glitz and glam of Hollywood. Now, let's begin the incredible journey of these icons. 1. Angelica Ross. Angelica Ross is a name that resonates across both the tech and entertainment industries. Born in 1980 in Racine, Wisconsin, Angelica was assigned male at birth and raised in a deeply religious household. Like many trans individuals, she faced gender dysphoria from an early age but lacked the resources and acceptance to understand it fully. After serving in the U.S. Navy, Angelica began her transition and eventually found her calling in tech. She founded TransTech Social Enterprises, an incubator for LGBTQ+ talent, especially trans people, to develop skills in technology and design. Her leadership in the tech space has been revolutionary, offering economic empowerment to a marginalized community. But Angelica didn't stop there. She transitioned into acting and made a significant impact with her roles in Pose and American Horror Story. Her portrayal of Candy in Pose touched audiences deeply, especially in the poignant episode where her character tragically dies, a moment that shed light on the real-life violence faced by trans women of color. Today, Angelica is not just a successful actress but also an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, racial justice, and equity in the entertainment industry. Her life proves that trans women are not only survivors but also leaders, creatives, and changemakers. 2. Isis King. Isis King made history as the first openly trans woman to compete on America's Next Top Model. Born in 1985 in Prince George's County, Maryland, Isis was assigned male at birth and struggled with gender identity throughout her youth. Raised in a conservative environment, she faced rejection and homelessness after coming out as transgender. Her life took a dramatic turn when she appeared on America's Next Top Model Cycle 11 in 2008. Though she did not win the competition, her presence broke major ground for trans visibility on mainstream television. She returned for Cycle 17, All-Stars, and solidified her place as a role model for aspiring transgender models. Beyond modeling, Isis has made strides in acting, appearing in the Emmy-nominated miniseries When They See Us, directed by Ava DuVernay. She portrayed Marcy, a trans woman who becomes a significant emotional anchor in the series. Isis King continues to speak out about trans rights and health equity, often using her platform to advocate for better representation of transgender people in media. Her courage has inspired countless individuals to live their truth, unapologetically. 3. Dominique Jackson. Dominique Jackson's journey is one of resilience, strength, and unapologetic fierceness. Born in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, in 1975, Dominique faced severe bullying, sexual abuse, and ostracism due to her gender identity. She migrated to the United States as a teenager to escape these conditions and build a new life. Upon arriving in the U.S., she struggled with homelessness and poverty. But she found solace in the ballroom scene, a subculture created by Black and Latinx LGBTQ+ communities. Dominique became a ballroom legend, and her experiences eventually led her to the role of Electra Abundance in Pose. Her portrayal of Electra is unforgettable, regal, commanding, and deeply emotional. Dominique brought the realities of trans lives to the forefront of pop culture, making audiences reflect on issues such as chosen family, gender affirmation surgery, and systemic discrimination. Aside from acting, Dominique is a fierce advocate and author. Her memoir, The Transsexual from Tobago, offers an unfiltered look at her struggles and triumphs. She continues to speak globally about trans rights and has even walked runways for top fashion designers. Dominique is proof that your past doesn't define your future. Her transformation from a marginalized youth to a television icon is nothing short of legendary. 4. Trace Lysette. Trace Lysette was born in 1987 in Lexington, Kentucky, and raised in Dayton, Ohio. Assigned male at birth, she always felt different but struggled to understand and articulate her gender identity. She transitioned in her early 20s, a decision that came with immense personal and professional risks. Before making it in Hollywood, Trace worked as a stripper to support herself during her transition. Her real-life experiences later informed her performance in Hustlers, where she starred alongside Jennifer Lopez and Cardi B. But her breakout role was on Transparent, the groundbreaking Amazon series where she played Shay, a trans yoga instructor. Trace became one of the first trans actresses to have a recurring role on a mainstream TV series in a non-trans specific storyline. She also made headlines when she accused Transparent creator Jeffrey Tambor of sexual misconduct, a courageous move that sparked industry-wide conversations about abuse and accountability. Today, Trace continues to advocate for better roles and representation for trans women, especially those who are often sidelined in Hollywood. She is also a vocal supporter of sex workers' rights, acknowledging the economic realities many trans women face. Trace's journey is a testament to perseverance and the power of using personal truth to fuel professional success. 5. Monica Roberts. Monica Roberts may not be an actress like the others on this list, but her impact on media and trans visibility is undeniable. Born in 1962 in Houston, Texas, Monica was a black trans woman who became one of the most influential voices in transgender journalism. Assigned male at birth, Monica transitioned in the early 1990s at a time when being a black trans woman was incredibly dangerous. She used her voice and passion to create Transgriot, a groundbreaking blog that documented the lives, deaths, and accomplishments of trans people, particularly black trans women. Monica was often the first to report on murders of trans women that mainstream media ignored or misgendered. Her work humanized those lost to violence and gave them the dignity they deserved. She became a key figure in both journalism and activism. Monica passed away in 2020 at the age of 58, but her legacy lives on. Organizations continue to honor her with journalism awards and scholarships in her name. Her commitment to truth, justice, and the amplification of marginalized voices has made her a revered figure in both LGBTQ+ and media circles. Monica Roberts redefined what it meant to be a journalist, reporting not just the news but changing the narrative entirely. 6. Raquel Willis. Raquel Willis is a writer, activist, and trailblazing media figure who represents the new wave of trans leadership. Born in 1990 in Augusta, Georgia, and assigned male at birth, Raquel came of age in a deeply religious and conservative environment. She often speaks about the internal conflicts she faced regarding gender and spirituality. Raquel transitioned in her early 20s and began using her experiences to uplift and empower other trans women of color. She gained national attention as the director of communications for the Transgender Law Center and later as an executive editor at Out magazine, becoming the first trans woman to hold that role. In 2019, she made history as the first trans woman to speak at the Women's March in Washington, D.C., where she delivered a powerful address calling for solidarity and intersectionality. Her voice resonated across the country, further solidifying her place as a leader in the fight for equality. Raquel also authored the acclaimed memoir The Risk It Takes to Bloom, where she shares her personal journey while offering insight into the broader trans experience in America. Her writing, activism, and leadership have earned her a place among Time magazine's 100 Next list and other prestigious honors. Today, Raquel continues to inspire with her eloquence, courage, and unwavering commitment to justice. She is truly the voice of a new generation, previous 30 days. 7. Imani Barbarin. Imani Barbarin is a powerful voice in disability advocacy and intersectional feminism, known widely on social media under the handle Crutches and Spice. Born in the United States and diagnosed with cerebral palsy at a young age, Imani has always approached life from a space that balances vulnerability and strength. She is also a proud black transgender woman who has used her platform to dismantle societal perceptions surrounding disability, race, gender identity, and class. Imani studied creative writing at Eastern University and later earned her master's in global communications from the American University of Paris. Though not a Hollywood actor in the traditional sense, Imani has become a recognizable public figure in digital media. Her insightful commentary, viral videos, and advocacy work have elevated her to influential status in both activist and mainstream circles. Barbara's transparency about her gender journey, along with her willingness to engage in candid conversations, has made her an empowering example for trans youth. Her strength lies in her eloquence and unshakable resolve to demand justice not just for trans people, but for anyone forced to live on the margins. 8. Hope Giselle. Hope Giselle is a dynamic force of nature, a motivational speaker, activist, author, and educator who is changing the way the world views transgender identities, particularly within the Black community. Born in Miami, Florida, Hope realized her truth early in life and embarked on her transition during her college years at Alabama State University. While there, she became the first openly trans woman to graduate from the university with a degree in fine arts. She also helped form the university's first LGBTQ student group, setting the stage for systemic change in one of the country's more conservative academic environments. Hope's influence extends beyond the campus. She's authored books like Becoming Hope, Removing the Disguise, a memoir detailing her transition and her pursuit of personal empowerment. Her work with organizations like the GLAAD Media Institute, National Black Justice Coalition, and her own Allow Me Foundation cements her legacy as a champion of equity and inclusion. Today, she is a sought-after speaker across the nation, touching hearts and minds wherever she goes. Her openness, beauty, and charisma have made her a natural media figure, bridging the gap between activism and entertainment. 9. Ashley Diamond. Ashley Diamond's life story reads like a survival epic full of pain, perseverance, and ultimately, purpose. Hailing from Georgia, Ashley is a Black transgender woman whose name became widely known after she took on the Georgia Department of Corrections in a landmark civil rights case. Ashley was imprisoned for a parole violation in 2012 and faced unimaginable abuse behind bars, including repeated sexual assaults and denial of hormone therapy. At a time when trans rights in prison were rarely discussed, Ashley's story hit national headlines when she filed a lawsuit with the Southern Poverty Law Center. Her bravery led to sweeping reforms in how trans inmates are treated in Georgia prisons. Despite being released in 2015, Ashley was reincarcerated in 2019 under different circumstances, again enduring brutal treatment. However, she never stopped fighting. Her public advocacy, speaking engagements, and legal actions have redefined the boundaries of resilience. Ashley is more than an activist, she's a living testimony of resistance. Her story is a stark reminder of the dangers trans people, particularly trans women of color, face, yet also a beacon of hope that one voice can shake the system. 10. Sayan Doroshow. Sayan Doroshow is a transgender woman who wears many hats: activist, author, chef, community organizer, and founder of the grassroots organization Glitz. She's based in New York and has dedicated her life to improving the lives of transgender people, especially sex workers and the formerly incarcerated. Born and raised in Brooklyn, Sayan's life has been shaped by both hardship and resilience. As a Black trans woman, she has faced countless barriers but has always fought back with grace and determination. She wrote the book Cooking in Heels, a semi-autobiographical look at her life, which mixes recipes with powerful anecdotes about navigating gender identity in a world often hostile to it. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Doroshow made history by purchasing a 12-unit housing complex in Queens, New York, a safe haven for Black trans individuals. This was a groundbreaking move and showcased what grassroots leadership truly looks like. Her efforts were funded primarily by community donations, proving the power of collective action and care. Sayan Doroshow may not be a mainstream actress, but she is certainly a star in her own right, shining brighter every time she uplifts another voice from the shadows. 11. Janet Mock. Janet Mock is perhaps the most well-known figure on this list, transcending the world of media, entertainment, and activism with elegance and sheer brilliance. Born in Honolulu, Hawaii, Janet came out as transgender while still in her teens and underwent gender confirmation surgery in Thailand at the age of 18. She rose to prominence through her memoir, Redefining Realness, published in 2014, a raw, honest account of her journey through identity, poverty, abuse, and eventual self-love. The book became a New York Times bestseller, putting Janet in the limelight as an unfiltered voice for trans women of color. Mock made history again when she became a writer, director, and producer on the groundbreaking FX series Pose, a show that spotlighted LGBTQ+ ballroom culture and featured the largest cast of trans actors in leading roles. Her directorial work and storytelling on Pose earned her critical acclaim and made her the first trans woman of color to sign a major content deal with a studio. Janet's accolades don't stop there. She has appeared on the covers of Marie Claire, Out, The Advocate, and has been featured in Time's 100 Most Influential People list. Her second memoir, Surpassing Certainty, continued to inspire millions. Janet Mock is not just an icon of transgender excellence, she is the gold standard for how authenticity and talent can transform the cultural landscape. 12. Sir Lady Java. Long before transgender rights became a national conversation, Sir Lady Java was breaking boundaries in 1960s and 1970s Los Angeles. A black transgender woman and nightclub performer, Sir Lady Java defied societal norms with fierce determination, elegance, and undeniable charisma. Born in New Orleans, Java moved to California where she began working as a performer alongside jazz legends like Little Richard and Red Fox. Her unique mix of comedy, dancing, and impersonation made her a popular act in the LA nightlife scene. But her impact wasn't confined to entertainment. In 1967, Sir Lady Java became one of the first transgender activists to publicly challenge discriminatory laws. She protested against Rule No. 9, a Los Angeles ordinance that prohibited people from impersonating the opposite sex. After the LAPD began shutting down venues where she performed, she filed a lawsuit with the help of the ACLU, although the court ultimately ruled she had no standing as a performer. Though she didn't win the case, her actions were pivotal. Rule No. 9 was eventually overturned, in part due to her public defiance. Sir Lady Java's activism paved the way for future trans rights legal battles, and she did it when it was unthinkable to live out loud as a transgender woman of color. Now in her senior years, Sir Lady Java remains a respected figure in trans and LGBTQ history. Her life reminds us that visibility and courage are not new to the trans community, they've been there all along. Each of them reminds us that visibility is power, authenticity is resistance, and that Hollywood is slowly but surely making room for everyone's truth. Thanks for watching this edition of Hollywood Secrets Information. We hope these stories inspired you as much as they inspired us. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more untold truths and deep dives into the lives of remarkable people who shape the world behind the scenes.